Hey there, baseball fans. Nathan Rohde, Shooter Hunt, and Aaron Wilson here with State to the Nation for PBR Michigan. Aaron, really appreciate you coming on today to talk about the Mitten. Let's get right into it and talk 2021 draft. If you had a Mount Rushmore for guys that had the biggest summer this year, Alex Mooney is definitely on that.
Well, Alex carried over his weight from his sophomore year in high school. He had the walk-off hit to win the Catholic League championship, which led to him winning a state championship as a sophomore as well. Obviously, the season was cut short due to COVID, but he didn't let that stop him. He grinded. Kid put on about 20 pounds of muscle. He continued to work. Alex Mooney is going to be a guy who's going to garner the attention similar to Nick Plummer back in 2015.
Yeah, Duke recruit. He was at a Future Games as an 8th grader, a rising freshman, and was outstanding there. Really put himself on the map. But you talk about state champion. He's a winner. I think a lot of scouting directors are going to go in and be like, we can bet on this kid, which is why I like his upside, especially after the summer. Separated himself amongst a group of shortstops to be one of the top guys in the country. So really looking forward to him along with the rest of the 21 class.
Indeed. And let's look at a guy who is still uncommitted in that senior class. Aaron, what do you got on J.D. Garman? Sounds like he's got some bloodlines working in his favor, not to mention that he's a switch hitter.
Garman is a defensive catcher first and foremost. Strong arm behind the plate, can throw 85 miles per hour, so that also helps when guys are trying to run against him. The plate, line drive hitter, has a physical frame as well, continues to fill out. Garman's a guy that a lot of coaches will want to have in their program because he's a hard worker and a vocal leader.
Yeah, switch hitter. I think there's going to be a bunch of coaches going into the summer after the COVID year that we had last year. We need a catcher, really defend. This guy's a chance to shut down the running game, switch hitter. So a good chance for some schools to look at him.
Nice. Moving on to that 2022 class, you got Brock Porter, who's committed to Clemson and already up to 94.
Brock Porter is something we have not seen in Michigan since 2005 with Zach Putnam.
Okay.
It's rare you see a guy in high school who throws as hard as Brock, but their best pitch is their changeup. Brock is a guy who can spin it as well. Breaking ball is going to keep guys off balance, but he was also a freshman who won the state championship game, so that shows his pedigree. He's going to garner a lot of scout attention. He reminds me of Putnam, but another guy out of the University of Michigan he reminds me of a lot is Carl Kaufman, who was recently drafted by the Colorado Rockies.
And Porter's one of those guys that I really like right now. And then shooting into the upper echelon of right-handers in that class, there's going to be a lot of draft attention around him. It's a dynamic delivery. He's really athletic, elastic, electric. I mean, there's so many adjectives you can talk about him. I think the upside's through the roof. He'll be into the upper 90s next summer. But what would really separate him looking towards that 22 draft is that changeup, is that ability to spin the baseball. Because the frame, the wide shoulders, the athleticism there, it's just oozing projection right now.
Nice. Moving on to the 2023 class, you got Jaren Purify, who's committed to the University of Michigan, and it sounds like he's not afraid of the big stage because he's already been on it.
Correct. Jaren was a guy who was a fan favorite at the Little League World Series 2 years ago, and he hasn't missed a beat. The field got bigger, obviously, but his feet stepped up as well. Fast kid, runs a 6.65. Arm strength is what he's lacking a little bit right now, but that's going to come because he's a young guy for his class. He's only 15 years old right now. He's physically growing into that body as well. Currently plays third base. I think he makes a transition to the middle of the diamond, whether that's short or center field.
I mean, defensively, he's going to find a place. He's an athletic kid. Michigan's done a great job of keeping that in-state talent. The 21s, 22s, 23s, really, really good in-state. And Purify, already been on the big stage, Little League World Series, Williamsport, but still continues to get better, which is what I like about him. Can really get the barrel through the zone. I'm excited to see the future for him.
Excellent. And now wrapping things up with a look at that 2024 class, your number one player is Dante Reyna. What do you got on the Arizona State recruit?
So Dante is a guy we first saw when he was 12 years old. He was a member of the Junior Future Games, and he hit about 3 home runs. And you're going, okay, this kid's about 5'3". How is he hitting the ball out of the yard? What he possesses is the ability to put the barrel on the ball, and that's something you don't see often. A lot of guys just try to muscle up. He's not a big guy, but he packs punch with his swing. He can play center field. Quick first step, more quick than fast right now, but like we said, he's a freshman. That speed's going to come. Hard worker, left-hand bat, left-hand arm, and he joins elite company with Ryan Sontag being the only guy from the state of Michigan going to Arizona State.
Yeah. I mean, Nordy's already made an impact on the national stage in that class, especially one of the top players right now. But his upside's clearly there. Arizona State has done a great job with guys who get on campus. I know he's excited to get down there. There's some connection with Coach Tracy, getting him to ASU. But again, Michigan keeps reloading. It's very impressive, Rody. The 21, 22, 23, and now looking at the 24 classes, you can't sleep on Michigan.
Yeah, no doubt. And I certainly look forward to getting back up there to see some baseball. But Aaron, appreciate you joining us to talk about some Michigan prospects. But as always, for Shooter Hunt and Aaron Wilson, I'm Nathan Rohde. This was State to the Nation. Until next time, we'll see you guys at the ballpark.